We've got to get back to some of that breaking news we talked about just a moment ago. A group of Epstein survivors just wrapping up a meeting with the acting Attorney General, Todd Blanche. This discussion happening just a day, of course, after Blanche appeared on Capitol Hill for his confirmation hearing. A group of survivors in the room, including Dani Bensky, who also testified again on day 2 of the hearing, or testified herself this morning. She is joining us now. She was in the room with Todd Blanche. Dani is familiar to our audience. You've been on the show before, and we're so glad to have you back.
Thank you.
And I just want to be transparent. You literally are right out of this meeting.
Right out of this meeting, had a lot of big emotions. So just came off a little bit of a, not a little bit, but like a little bit of a crash and some tears. And so, yeah, it's a highly emotional moment here.
Can you explain that a little bit? What was so emotional about this discussion? And
yeah, I mean, it wasn't substantive. It was not productive. It was a lot of, I didn't say that. You should go back to the FBI, and things that we've heard before. And it very much felt like we were just taking the box off of the meeting. Because, and I say that, and this is where I get emotional about it, was because we spent all morning in that hearing. And I felt like that moment with Thom Tillis was a real, like, glimmer, right? Where, okay, he was a human who saw another human, and party lines didn't exist in that moment. And he said, like, you have to meet with the survivors. And now Todd Blanche did that exact thing. He met with survivors, but did he actually take in any information that we said? Did he actually give us any sort of, like, I said multiple times, listen, we're just looking for a good faith commitment because we've never seen this DOJ act in good faith ever. And
what was his response to that?
I mean, he basically was like, okay, you have to go back to the FBI and start over, you know? And he couldn't, and he was like, I can't commit to anything here. I can't commit to anything now. But it's like, yes, you can actually. You can commit to taking meetings with survivors. He did commit. The one thing that he did do, he did say that he would meet with survivors independently with our lawyers, but that we had to go to FBI first. But like, even that is just, it's so frustrating when you feel like you're continuously beating your head against the wall, and to hear that you have like 6 million documents, you have 30 years of victims' testimony coming forward, and you're saying, oh no, you have to start from scratch. You have to go back to the jurisdiction that you were in and start over. It's just, it feels exhausting. And so it's kind of twofold, right? Where it feels like this moment with Tillis might be something where he saw us, but now I really worry that Tillis is going to see this. Sorry, I get really emotional about this.
I understand. I know. Because it's a lot. It's been a lot today for you. And just remind people you were on the Hill like all morning. And then you went to this meeting with the Attorney General, or the acting Attorney General, who's up to become the next Attorney General. Your concern, it sounds like, is that Thom Tillis is going to
swear him in?
Okay, vote yes. He's going to vote yes, and you don't want him to.
I just still don't. My mind has not been changed that he will do what is best for the American people and survivors in this country. I think, if anything, it's made it more abundantly clear that he talks in circles, and he's good at talking in circles. And that's not what we need from our acting AG. We need somebody who's actually going to have some fight and some grit and sit down with survivors and hear our stories and say, where are the credible leads? Let's find them. Great. You know, somebody that we can actually work together with. It's not partisan.
Did he hear your stories today? Did you share any of your stories? Like, what was the tone of this discussion?
Oh, we had 30 minutes, and we started with, couldn't get the lawyers on the call, so we had 15 minutes of trying to, like, you know, there's a lot of the technicality stuff that happened. And then finally we did, you know, start the meeting, and it just felt like, okay, well, we have a half hour, air your grievances. Great, I met with survivors. And it's like, that's not what we're asking for. We are asking for investigations. We have been, like, it's so exhausting to keep saying the same things. Like, America doesn't want to hear the same things over and over again. We just want action, and we're not getting any action. And it's just after a day where you feel like maybe there was a small glimmer of hope, and now we've ticked the box and we're moving on, and it just feels like it's just a lot.
One of the things that he said this morning or earlier today on the Hill was about having staff members meet with you. He also referenced that in the hearing yesterday.
Yes.
Is that something, I assume staff was in the room? Is that correct?
Yeah, and he did point us directly to I believe she's the head of sex crimes in the FBI. And so I would have to look that up. Ali Serrano's her name.
But would you consider a meeting with staff, even if it's not the AG? Would that help?
Today, no, because Thom Tillis was pretty, you know, he said, meet with you. And we felt like we've been waiting 9 months, 8 months,
How many
right?
times? We've talked about this many times.
So many times, and we've reached out so many times, and then all of a sudden when his promotion is on the line, all of a sudden, guess what? He comes through and says, okay, great, I'm going to meet with survivors. And it's like, it's always in self-interest. And I guess that's been at the heart of this the entire time, is that he always will act in self-interest first. He will always protect the people that he wants to protect and not the country. And that's the problem.
And you didn't hear anything that would change your mind of that. I was going to ask you if you felt like this was a moment towards rebuilding trust, which I know in conversations with survivors and family has been an issue. Is there anything that you heard that gives you faith in what Todd Blanche could do as head of the DOJ?
No, and I said it, must have said it like 4 times in the meeting. Like, is there, like, survivors are looking for good faith. What can you tell us right now you will do? Because we
and what did he say?
Meeting, he would just spin it, He would just say, well, I can't commit to anything right now. Like, you're blindsiding me. You're coming in here, and this doesn't need to be a hostile meeting.
Was it a hostile meeting?
Not really. I mean, it was him saying, like, hey, I've never said those things. When I'm like, we've literally seen you on camera. Like, we could find news clips of the things that we were talking about. Like,
so
this is
combative, perhaps?
Like, he took like the very like, oh, listen, like, I see you, I hear you, your concerns are valid, and then would like turn up. But I never said that, and it's like, it's a lot of gaslighting, to be honest.
So what do you want people to know? I mean, we have talked about your advocacy efforts in the past and how deeply personal this is for you and how difficult it is every time. And so I think to people who are seeing your emotion, I mean, that's part of it.
Highly emotional day.
Yeah. Like, what do you want people to know? What do you want to? What's your message to Americans now here moving forward?
I think we deserve a country where our government is on our side and on the crime victims' side. And I just feel like we're not going to see that from AG Blanche. Like, he said it yesterday with that slip of the tongue where I am Trump's lawyer, or I was Trump's lawyer. He very much is still in the best interest of Donald Trump. And after today's meeting, I mean, I don't think there's a single survivor that walked out of that meeting feeling like anything was accomplished and feeling even a sliver of feeling human and good. And it's just more of the same, right? So I hope that from this moment, there's so many thoughts swirling in my head that I'm not sure where it goes from here, but I really do hope that we can find a way to the investigative leads. If it takes going back to the FBI, we'll do it. I think many of us...
You will take that step.
Yeah, okay. I think a few of us will. I can't say for everybody, but we shouldn't have to, and I think it's absolutely ridiculous. But I think at this point, we're so far into all of this that... you have to put your money where your mouth is sometimes. So, whatever I need to do, tell me process and I'll do it.
You mentioned President Trump. Did he come up in the meeting at all?
No.
Okay.
No.
Dani, we are so grateful to you for your time.
So much.
Again, literally from the meeting straight here, and I know that's a lot, and we're so grateful to you for sharing that and for shining a light and being transparent about the process.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
of course. Thank you so much.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.